What?
All right, what's up, friends? We are back today on the podcast. We finally made some time. We were all pretty busy. Today we are in Brandon's new apartment.
Hell yeah, guys.
Brandon moved out.
Thank you, guys.
Brandon, congratulations.
Yeah. This is night 3.
Night 3.
This is night 3 or night 4?
Night 4. Yeah.
Right.
I've had this since beginning of March, but I was still with my parents.
Gotcha.
So it took about a month to move in.
Yeah, you definitely look like you're still with your parents, though.
Yeah, dude.
This fucking couch.
For sure. Yeah, but it came fully furnished. So a lot of the furniture, though, like there was like so much clutter. A lot of it you even saw in the closet. There's a lot of stuff in there. So I don't really have
a closet in here.
Yeah, I have a big closet in my room, but a lot of it is my furniture, like from this place.
Do you have a cat? Because I saw a cat box.
Yeah, he's under my bed right now. Yeah,
The cat's dead.
It's like I didn't know if it came with the apartment too. I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting used to it. He's getting happy again. So he was stressed for the first couple nights.
Yeah. Welcome back to episode, what are we, 33?
Yeah, 33, 34.
It's
something like that. 33. Today we have our dear friend, Mr. Jon Parker, on today.
All right.
Yeah. Jon Parker's a friend, and he's also hired us for stuff over the years. And he's a very nice guy, and we thought it'd be cool to have somebody on who's on the other side of photo and video, opposed to somebody who's just shooting photo and video. So it'd be cool insight to talk to somebody different. I think kind of like the Chelsea Dueño episode.
Mm-hmm.
She does.
She's marketing for MGM.
I was gonna say, yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So what's up, John?
What's up? How goes it?
It goes well.
All right.
First, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how'd you get into marketing?
Okay, well, I know two of you have done stuff with me. Our third gentleman here we just met, but I've heard good things. Now I'm the associate director of marketing for Area 15, director of marketing. They just have these weird titles.
We'll get to that for questions.
There's no other director, so I'm the only director. Then there's the executive, and then the CMO. So, but I'm in charge of all the entertainment offerings. So anything ticketed goes through me. So our raves, concerts, like anything like that is through my department. So if you ever see an ad for like New Year's Eve, Boris Brejcha, something like that. Like that's all through me. So
hell yeah,
yeah. But grew up in Orlando, moved out here about almost 8 years ago, and made my way.
Yeah, I think we.
Well, it's definitely an upgrade from Florida. Let me just start there.
I think he loves Florida.
Why do you hate
Florida
Florida?
State, right?
No, I went to Florida. I went to the smart one. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Gators, right?
Yeah. Nice. Not good at sports, but good at everything else.
You a hater on Florida?
Because Florida, you've seen some shit.
Florida man? Were you ever a
He's
Florida
seen
man?
I'm just saying, like Florida, he's seen some shit in his lifetime.
We're in Las
Yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas
not
is
far.
probably
We're like a close-
sketchier than
we're like a close
fucking
second,
Florida.
though.
I don't remember a dude leaping over a fucking bench to attack a judge in Florida, though.
Yeah, that was insane.
Great point.
We do have that under our books, but
Yeah.
you've still seen some stuff.
Yeah, actually, and I could be wrong, but from what I understand, the real reason why you hear about Florida Man is because it's easily searchable through the state's database on crimes. We have a central database that you can look up crazy shit and see if anybody did anything, and that's why you see the articles. They don't have this database apparently in a lot of other states, so that's why Florida Man's actually it's propped up from lazy journalists. So
Okay.
yeah, that's the real reason, from what I understand.
And then he just got popular again too, right? Because he was on, he's in the GTA trailer.
There's a lot of Florida men in there. Yeah.
I just always heard like there's always wild, even before like
Yeah.
the title of Florida Man, there was always wild stories. And like, wait, what? And then you're like, yeah, this like tweaker chased some other lady with a hatchet over like a bagel, and then it's like for some reason it was Florida, and you're like, oh shit, like
Yeah,
it's going down.
But that doesn't mean that we don't have crazies. We definitely do. But Vegas has some serious crazies, but not as crazy as Denver and Seattle. Like,
Okay.
those are like real dangerous crazies.
Yeah, Portland now too. Portland's crazy. San Francisco's crazy. Homeless.
What are people doing there?
Like I
Fentanyl.
said, we're on like the funky side. We're with Florida though. It's like funky crimes like that. You're like, what?
Yeah, like doing bath salts and
Yeah, it's
eating
just
people's
weird
faces.
shit.
Weird shit. Yeah, Vegas.
It's all drug related.
Like trying to
right?
murder
Yeah.
a hooker in your hotel room, and it's like, well, you didn't think this out, did you? Or like throwing.
I'm sure
the
that happens here too.
That was gonna say, that happens everywhere.
That happened the other day.
Like with the Caesars, like throwing the mattress out the window. Like that's us. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about the guy that shot the window out? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was like throwing the mattress out Caesars, and you're just like, what is going on? You're like, it's Vegas.
It's got to be all drug related. I'm assuming, right?
Partially, yeah.
Yeah, most of it.
Florida, you have to understand, it's so fucking hot and it's humid. Like I have always said it's like growing up on the set of Predator. Like it's just how Arnold looked in that movie, sweating bullets. That's what it's like when you're like taking a shower in Florida. Like it's fucking hot. So that messes with.
I remember I went to Miami and like just from the plane to that hallway thing, I got smacked in the face with the humidity. I was like, fucking dying.
What is it called? Not the tarmac. The tunnel. No, there's a name for it.
Terminal?
No.
Jetway.
Oh, okay.
Is it Jetway? I don't know. Pretty convinced that it was Jetway. I think it's Jetway.
So how do you like doing marketing? Is it something that you went to school for?
Yeah. I went to, man, I don't want to go on about this because
go on about it. We're on a podcast. We're on long form platform.
We're here to ramble.
I mean, it's no secret. I like to fuck around and tell jokes. Like that's just like my personality. So I was like class clown in high school and just like an idiot. I didn't take myself seriously. I like graduated because I did community service hours. Like I was a fucking idiot because I just didn't try. I just wanted to be funny, you know? Like,
yeah.
So I barely graduated. I actually failed English. And I remember I went to the workforce and I just fucking hated what I was doing. I was like, this is awful. It's gonna be the rest of my life. I don't want to do this shit. So
what were you doing? What were you doing in the workforce?
I was doing sales, and sales, you have to be tough. Like I come from a sales family. You have nightlife tough and sales tough are two different kinds of like things. So I just didn't like it. I was like, I'm gonna blow my head off if I keep doing this. So I went to community college, and because I was afraid to have to do that for the rest of my life, I got really serious, and I went on to like do really well in community college, and then I transferred to Florida, and that's like really hard. Like I'm not trying to brag, it is a hard school to get into, and I got in, and it was like this, like the seeds of things that I like, the tools I used later in life to like get into this game and to move up. I learned then, like meeting the right people and going and like running up to the dean like when they're like walking by and just introducing yourself and shit. Like yeah, so I got into Florida, and I just decided like I wanted to work in music. My great grandfather was in the Wizard of Oz. He was the Tin Man, and my uncle's in.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Your great grandfather was the Tin Man?
Yeah. My uncle is in.
You should open with that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you start?
That should be your new Instagram bio.
What do you do? Who are you? You start with that.
His brother was the first clown in Barnum and Bailey's circus.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
100 fucking years ago. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Like people like I'm goofy, but like I come from like
lineage.
Yeah. And my uncle was in like a massive metal band, and like so their entertainment is in my family for sure. It's just a lot of it as that generation, like an entire generation in between, nobody was in it. So then I wanted to get into it. So they all thought it was fucking weird, but then they realized like, oh, it's like his ancestors.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I just decided I wanted to do it, and I just busted my ass. And I mean, I have a whole fucking other story I could tell, but yeah, that's pretty much it before I moved out here. Yeah.
So real quick before we get to what got you out to Vegas, when you went to Florida, did it click then? Like, I like this, I want to take this serious, or did that not click until like later on of like, oh shit, I should take this serious?
If I had to like honestly tell you what happened, my roommate died when I was in college, and he developed schizophrenia while we were living together, and it was like the dude just changed. Like it was like it's like Mike and I talking, and all of a sudden like somebody else is sitting there. It scared the fuck out of me because I was like 20, I didn't know what the hell happened to him. So when he passed away, because he was getting Baker acted and they accidentally killed him while they were restraining him, I felt very like, because I was the first person to say something's wrong with him, I felt very guilty about that. So I actually was going to flunk out of Florida because I had severe depression over that. And my dean at the time, the dean who actually got me in, I don't want to say she got me into Florida, but she was one of the first people to believe in me over there, sat me down and gave me like a come to Jesus moment. And I remember being in my apartment thinking I was going to flunk out of my dream school. And I just looked around my room and I saw I had fucking posters of like every concert, DJ, band, all around my room, and it just clicked. And I was like, why don't I go work in this shit? And this was in 2012 or 13. So EDM was like still very new in the country. It was like what they call the golden age now, but it was still not, techno wasn't fucking cool growing up. I don't care what anybody says.
It wasn't mainstream.
But I don't know. I remember I talked to my professors and I said, hey, I want to do marketing, but I want to focus on the music aspect. I want to focus on this thing you probably don't have any idea about, which is EDM. And I remember I did a marketing campaign about Dead Mouse, and I actually got the highest grade in the class for it. And my teacher was like, I don't know who the fuck this Mickey Mouse person is, but like this was really smart marketing. And I don't know. I just like when they say like a fire gets lit under your ass, like I can't tell you like if you told me I would have to like physically fight people for something, like for this, I would have done it. Like I was so serious. I wasn't fucking around. Like, I have two sides to my personality, the fun, goofy side, but there's like an unbelievably serious side, which you guys may have seen come out sometimes. That's the side that like fuels me through all of this bullshit. So yeah.
That's awesome. So I know you love music. Do you have a favorite show that you've ever been to? What's the most memorable show you've ever been to?
I've been to so freaking many, man.
I think it's a good question for everybody too.
Yeah.
Your favorite show we've been to or shot?
I don't know. Maybe you have to circle back on me. Maybe Brandon, what's your favorite show?
Favorite show I've been to?
Been to or
shot. Just at
either,
least 'cause
whichever.
you're still attending it, even if you're
Probably Drake when he was here in 2018. We came from
Where
Orange
did he
County.
play at?
MGM Arena.
Nice.
Yeah.
2018. Okay.
2018. It was like I think it was like October, November of 2018. That was probably the best show I've been to because I was like super big into Drake.
Yeah.
In that era for sure.
Yeah, that was a good time for Drake too.
I think so. Yeah.
I remember I shot Deftones at the Downtown Event Center in like 2016 or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I know the Deftones. They're cool. I shot them. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Really?
One of the favorite shows I've ever shot.
You shot them a second time at Cosmo, I thought, right?
I did.
With the floor
more
you were telling me
recently.
about?
Is that a band?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
old
send you
school?
some stuff.
More like hard rock.
90s,
Like a Linkin Park or
2000s.
Sure.
Better.
Dude, I don't know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a little before your.
It's definitely before your.
Yeah.
Deftones is called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very awesome.
Who's like the main guy in there?
I'll send it to you.
Okay, yeah. Sick.
Oh, who
I
is
think
the
you'll
main
like
guy?
them.
I
I
should
can't
know
think
the
of his name.
Oh, it's gonna come to me.
The one thing I can point out though is he plays in Vans. Like I think they're the Vans slip-ons. I'm like, dude, his back's gotta hurt.
Ooh, yeah.
Imagine performing in like flat Vans.
Yeah.
Imagine wearing Vans.
What about you, Sean?
I'm gonna go. What's the term? Recency bias, because Alkaline Trio just played Brooklyn Bowl like last week, so they're one of my favorite bands, and I also got to photograph them, so it was a 2-for-1 for me.
That's sick.
I got to photograph them, and then I got to just watch the show.
That's sick.
So that was sick.
That was recently?
That was like last week.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was like, hell yeah.
So before last week, then what was it? Since that was so recently.
That's a tough one. You can't just put someone on the spot.
Awesome.
John hasn't even answered yet.
I know. We're going back now. Yeah.
It's hard to remember. I've been to so freaking many.
But okay, we'll start here. What was the first show you ever went to? That's pretty memorable.
First show I ever went to was Green Day 2005 American Idiot Tour. So that
Sick.
I was like 14. Yeah, I was sick.
Nice.
Yeah, that was like my first rock show. I saw actually one of my friends who I met later in life, probably 5 years later, went up on the stage and got the stage dive off of it. And I remember seeing the kid and being like, fuck this kid, I was so jealous. But
So it was like a smaller venue then for him to jump off the stage, or was it like a?
No, it was at the Amway Center. It was where the Magic play. So it was a stadium show.
Oh,
so
shit.
he jumped off. It looked like a runway. He jumped off the fucking end of it.
Oh, like a catwalk.
Yeah, and he was younger than me, so he had to have been like 12,
I mean,
11.
dude, American Idiot. Remember that song? It was huge.
No,
Yeah.
we were just singing it in the car literally like a week ago for some reason.
Yeah.
awesome.
My favorite show ever is by a band nobody's ever heard of because they're my favorite band, but they were popular for a few years and then they broke up. But they did a reunion show in New York City. Their name was Chronic Future. And you know how they say music speaks to you? Like that album, time and time again. Or actually, the album's called Lines in My Face. That album always spoke to me. That band and Kid Cudi are like the two artists that have always spoken to me,
Dude.
so yeah.
Are they similar to Kid Cudi, or are they like polar opposite?
No, they're like an alternative band. like they did a reunion show. I forgot what it was, but they broke up in 2008. I think they did it in 2014, something like that. And I flew to New York just to go to it. So yeah, so that was sick. Yeah, I met all of them and shit. It was sick.
I remember hearing Day and Night when I was in 9th grade in my homeroom class, my Spanish 1 class, hearing it. I was like, who is that? That sounds fucking cool. It was like some older kids playing it. Because Spanish 1, there was like at Durango, there was like fucking seniors in Spanish 1 still.
Yeah.
And I was like this little nervous kid. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And I went home and looked it up and I was like, oh my God. And then I also, same sort of thing, fell in love with like Kid Cudi, his music.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people really like him, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I listened to him. I listened to him for 15 years before I got to see him live because he never played in Florida, and then he never did Vegas shows.
I did. He played. Did you ever see? You remember Live? Right. I think it was Life nightclub at the SLS, like in 2016.
No.
It was Life, and then it turned into the Foundry, and it was like 1 year they had all these crazy bands play at this like live music venue. Fortunately, I got to shoot him there, but
Wow.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
like a small venue. It was a small
No, it was
venue?
pretty big. It's like a theater. It was like
okay.
pretty comparable to like Encore Theater
Yeah.
or like Virgin Theater.
Nice.
Oh, so good size.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Wow, that's awesome.
uh,
And what is it now? You said the Foundry?
I don't think it's anything now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the Sahara's that whole casino's just not doing great.
Shambles.
Every time I go in there, it's a ghost town.
A wall. That's crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy, and I'm sure you guys have seen it even more. Just like the turnaround of like clubs in Vegas. Like
What's
closing
crazy
and
is
opening.
seeing shit open and then becoming afterthoughts. Like how quickly things are like grand opening, grand closing. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's blowing my mind.
Yeah, like what Chaos at Palms, what was like literally like
7
season?
whole months.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I remember What Republic was like the hottest thing in the world at one point, and now it's,
Oh yeah,
I don't know what
It
you
still
wanna
does
say.
decent.
Yeah, but
I think there's just too many day clubs now. There's like too many options for people to go to. You know.
I think so, yeah.
yeah.
So now it just comes down to who's got the best talent, the most popular talent at the time.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Because all the clubs are pretty nice, right? Like for the most part.
Yeah.
The nightclubs?
Yeah, or at night and beach clubs, like they're all pretty nice. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to the talent. And where your
that's
friends
what-
are going,
that's what-
right?
yeah, that's what's going to draw you, is
Yeah.
who's playing where.
Yeah.
I think you'll just see like consolidation of venues. I think they're just gonna turn venues into other things, like they did with Light Nightclub. Now it's like putt.
Oh,
or some
yeah.
shit.
Swingers.
Chaos is still open. They just use it for buyouts. It's like a private event venue now.
Is it still called Chaos?
No.
I think it's called.
No, it is
So
but
Chaos
the club
backwards?
is still called Chaos.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
That was
When
a
I
great
found
club.
that out, I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
I went on
Chaos.
this wormhole one time because I was like, yeah, whatever happened to that? And then, yeah, it was like open for 7 months. I was like, damn.
I remember I had the same sort of moment too. I used to rock climb when I was like late teens, early 20s, and I really wanted to be a rigger and like hang like chain motors and shit in the ceiling and like climb around like different venues. And then I got hired at a rigging company, SPG Show Rig. You might be familiar with their cam, but they would like rent truss equipment and rent like different show equipment to venues.
Yeah.
And I talked to this guy, he's like, oh yeah, I'll get you in as a rigger. And I was working in this warehouse with these like fucking just like sketchy dudes. Like I'm like
40-year-olds,
19.
yeah.
These like felons. Like I'm working in this
Yeah,
warehouse.
dude.
And I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, I like photography. And I was already doing it. And I was like, and then I didn't have time to go to school. I was taking like one photo class at CSN. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. So I just quit. And then it was the same sort of thing, like come to Jesus moment. I was like, all right, I really love photography. Let me go after this.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, the difference is that I'd be like so stoked to be around felons rigging lights and shit. I'd be like, what the fuck? This is lit.
Polar opposite experience.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'd be so excited.
It was fun, but I was like, do I want to be these guys in 20 years? I was like,
Is this
absolutely
a glimpse
not.
into my future? Just a felon in a warehouse?
Did you guys kind of have any of those like come to Jesus moments in your careers?
Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm still pretty.
You did
pretty
come. You
fresh.
did have a come to Jesus moment when you're living alone in fucking Toronto trying to work for the union.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I talk about that?
You did. On
Yeah,
your
yeah,
episode.
I thought I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you
long
didn't talk about the come to Jesus. You were just the same thing of like,
Yeah,
I don't
long
wanna
story
do this.
short, yeah, I was gonna join the film union in Toronto when I was going to school there, and yeah, same thing. It's just like I worked on a couple of sets with those guys, and it was just like these fucking 30-year-olds that looked 55, and I'm like, damn, I do not want to.
30-year-olds, by the way. Let's just clear the air.
I'm like, I do not want to be this when I'm, 30 or whatever, 40.
Yeah.
And same thing, right? They're just like living for their lunch breaks and vacation time. It's like, damn, that's fucking...
So yeah, I had that moment a lot because when I was in construction, I would always like see these older dudes like 55, 60, and I'm like, I don't want to be lacing up my work boots at 4 in the fucking morning doing this shit.
I know.
Like that's just not where I want to be. So
yeah, and it ages you too because those guys were probably like 30.
Nah, some of them were actually old. That's why I was like, I don't want to be this dude.
They're just waiting for their retirement.
Those are the dudes that they work all day, so they just want to go get shit faced when they're off.
Yeah.
So then it ages you even quicker.
True. Yeah.
It's like their only escape,
Yeah.
John, I don't know if you know this. Sean used to be an electrician up until he was almost about 30.
Yeah, 2022.
Yeah. So he's just recently like pretty new to freelancing and being a full-time photographer.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great story though.
Yeah. I was building stages for a while. Like the crackhead work they describe it.
Yeah.
Or people have described the way people have described it to me. I did that shit, but I had a reason. I had a real reason for doing it, but I had a college degree and I was still doing it. I didn't care. I had the best time ever.
Where'd you do it?
I built stages. I knew who you're talking about. SPG. I've worked with them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're familiar.
Yeah. Epic, Rhino. Trying to remember some of the other
PRG.
ones. PRG, yeah, PRG, of
It's all
course.
kind of the same.
Yeah, I mean, they're all similar. I think I did some stuff for Freeman. I can't recall. But when I got out of college and I lived in Florida and like, sure, it's pretty dope now, but it wasn't like there's some poppin' nightlife scene in Gainesville or Orlando even. I just started doing like these fucking staging gigs and, I did it because one, you make a lot of money. They pay you a shitload per hour, but you are working your ass off. But I would do them for things that I can network at. So I would do them like EDC Orlando and Miami Music Week and shit. And I'd get like a fucking all access band. I'd just go around and network like a motherfucker.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I have like so many photos of like Aoki and Tiesto and like all. Do you know me? I'm not fucking shy.
I envy that. I'm so shy and weird.
Yeah. So. Same, dude. But it's funny because a lot of people that used to curve me then like hit me up now like for shit. So not saying Tiesto or Aoki. I'm just talking about people back behind the scenes. But there are people that I maybe did one show with, in 2015 that I'm still friends with to this day, and I take care of them when they come to town, or if I go to their stuff back home or in Miami. Like it's like it's just like cool because it's cool to see people grow with you. That.
When you were networking out, like, what was your like approach or like mindset? Were you just like, hey, I'm a fan of like what you do, and like I'm John, I just like to meet you, or like what was like the networking mindset when you're back in your rigging when you were working those like festivals?
Well, how all that shit started. This is true. I never really thought much of it because I would still do it if I had to today. I would still do it. I used to sneak backstage at concerts and like I would. This is what people think is funny is that I would dress up to look like somebody important at a concert. So I'd wear like a button down or like a nice polo, and I'd carry like a leather binder. Like I felt like that was the thing that made you look serious. Was like a binder,
like a ledger,
like a ledger,
There's like nothing in it.
Yeah.
Can we see those? You can't.
Yeah. So I used to dress. I was like probably like 23, 24, something like that. But I was a lot heavier too. I was like a way bigger person. So yeah, I would dress up nice and I'd be at the show. I'd have my GA ticket and I could just go walking straight to the fucking green room and people got out of the way every time and I just went straight back there. But in the binder, there'd be like, let's say I remember I did it a million times. So I'll just use an example. Like Zed's Dead, right? Like I went back there. I'm a huge Zed's Dead fan. I'd have like shit for them to sign. Like I still have that shit. Like I still have it signed and framed. Like, but yeah, I did that for like 2 years, and then I met enough people to where I started getting called for jobs like staging and stuff. And people used to think people thought I was Ferry Corsten once. People thought I was like Ferry Corsten's like a quarter of my size. Disco Donnie was the one I always heard. Oh, are you Disco Donnie? And I wouldn't say yes or no. I would just laugh like, gosh, like I didn't know what to say, like because I didn't want to get thrown out. But yeah, it's stupid, but it did work. And the only time I ever got caught was when I actually had a pass to be back there, because I did do a show, or I did work the show, but it was Bass Nectar, so he was probably on some weird shit. And that was the only time. That was the last time I did it, actually. But
so the one time you were actually legit to be backstage, you got popped?
Yeah, by Bass Nectar. Fuck that guy. Yeah.
For the record, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Well, and also for the record, I wasn't building stages. I was just loading trucks in the warehouse.
Oh, okay.
So it's
So
a
it's
much
Less
lower,
glorified.
much
That was the
lower
starting
class
ground,
of
yeah.
human. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, building stages is sick. I was just loading trucks with stage equipment. With
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, I did that.
dumbasses.
Did that, unloaded it, everything, yeah.
Just people chain smoking cigarettes. Just
Yeah. Very like union, right?
yeah, just like very like.
Something a felon would do.
Something very felon-like. I don't give a shit.
I don't know, just very like. Yeah, just fucked. Like you can just see like these guys like maybe fucked around in school, didn't go to school, just didn't try.
7,
like
8
smart
years in
dudes, they
jail,
just like
maybe,
didn't
yeah.
piece it together, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun though. Those guys are fucking fun to hang out with though, because I would build these. I would do this like hard ass labor with them. These shows. We'd build like stage 3 EDC and shit, and then we'd bury like a goddamn treasure chest of alcohol.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Backstage.
See, that sounds way
And
more
then
fun than what I was doing.
We would
I
dig
thought you
it
were gonna
up
say
at the
bury a
show and
body.
just get fucked up and go
yeah,
hang out.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun. I have to say, like, I itch sometimes to go and just do it again. Just go back to your roots thing. Just go build, because it is fun. It reminds you of where you were. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'll probably end up doing EDC Vegas builds at this rate, just for fun.
I used to shoot weddings full time, so when I shoot a wedding, I'm like, oh yeah. This is cool, but I don't want to do this full time. So it's kind of the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
So what? Fast forward. How did you get to Vegas from Florida?
So my family did like a Beverly Hillbilly thing where we all packed up our shit and collectively moved here. I was going to go to LA like anybody else that wanted to do what I do. But I was like, all right, I'll just go with them and then I'll go over like maybe a year later or something like that. But I went to LA. I remember I interviewed with Aoki's team a couple of times because I met them through my shenanigans in Miami. But when I went to LA for the interview a few times, I noticed how much I didn't really like it. And I thought it was like dirty and dangerous and expensive. And I was like, this is like a fucking shithole. And so I don't know. I saw like what was going on in Vegas and I noticed how great the traffic was at the time. Now it's like fucked. And I was like, all right, let me see if I can try to make it here. And I can go from here and see where it takes me. And I will say, like, it was about a year of driving Uber. And then I did marketing for this small company, this startup. And then I got an interview finally with Hakkasan Group. This is where like all this stupid shit paid off, was when I did my interview and I had my portfolio, like I had a photo of like just about every fucking resident that they had under their umbrella, like Aoki and Garrix and TS. I had all these photos.
Right.
So to them, they're like, who the fuck is this kid? Like, you know, like, how did you meet all these artists? They didn't know how. I didn't tell them. I just like, oh, you know, I just my ways. But yeah, they were so impressed that they hired me. So
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's such a stupid, long-winded story, but it did work. So yeah.
Wait, so in a technical sense, you were kind of bullshitting? Like you just showed them photo, like was the what's the word? Like was the thing that like sealed the deal was the fact that you had these relationships with these artists, even though they didn't really ask, like, oh, you know them, and you're just like, I just have a photo with them.
I think they liked that I had the balls to go and do that.
Okay.
I
Showed
think-
you you're a go-getter.
Yeah, because again, like it's easy. Everybody sees the goofy side, but when you show stuff like that, you're like, oh, he's not a bitch. Like he's just funny,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. That's cool.
So that's what helped a lot, and I think that's what really helped with my time at Daylight too. So yeah.
Yeah, when you were there, so you went Hakkasan, Click, and then Area 15?
Well, we went to Hakkasan. I went Hakkasan, then fucking COVID, which was like the worst thing.
When
ever.
did you start with Hakkasan?
I was with them from March 2018 until I was only with them until September 2019 because I had gotten into USC for my graduate degree and I was gonna leave to go do that.
Right.
But then COVID happened and I just fucked everything up. So It's okay. I mean, it worked out for the best. So
Yeah. Do you have any interest in going and finishing the masters at USC?
And this again, I'm gonna sound very arrogant here, but I was on a call of Vanderbilt last year because I do want my graduate degree, but the dean was like, "You're too far in your career." She's like, "You could actually come teach if you wanted to."
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you'd be like backpedaling essentially.
Yeah, that's what she described. And again, Vandy's like great school,
Yeah.
so I was like flattered. I was like, "Oh yeah, I
Waste
swear
my
a lot,
time,
though,
you say.
yeah." So
That's awesome.
So when she told me that, I was like, that made me like kind of, I don't want to say let go of that idea, but now it's more of like I'd rather go and talk to students. Which
Yeah.
I did for UNLV about 2 months
that's awesome.
ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how'd that
Tell us
go?
about that. Yeah.
yeah.
Rudely interrupted us.
We've got a live audience today, everybody.
We do. We have, if you're watching or even listening, actually, we have 3 audience members today.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I'm gonna hold a sign that says cheer,
Yeah.
like SNL.
Audience applause.
Audience applause.
Classic. I
Like
love
Jeb
it.
Bush,
Thanks,
please
Blake.
clap. Please clap.
So you just recently spoke at UNLV.
Yeah, they came by Area 15. They did a tour of the marketing, the undergrads. Also, University of Wisconsin was with them too. So we had two groups of students. My boss, she gave a speech and then asked me to kind of talk to the students like halfway through or whatever. But yeah, it was great. I mean, I just kind of told them what I've been telling you guys, like maybe not all those details, but just gave them like an overview of what I've said. But after they were like, okay, anybody that, you have 15 minutes to ask questions to anybody who presented, because there was like 8 of us on the stage, but me and my boss were the only 2 that talked. So my section was like fucking packed with kids. So I must have said something that they related to.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So they just asked like stuff like, like what you guys have asked, like how'd you get into it? Like why do you do it? Like what are like tips you would give me in my position? These kids are like 22, 23. I just told them like straight up, like I asked them first, I said, do you want to do what I do? And then they all said yes. And then I said, you guys should seek mental counseling. Which they laughed, but I was kind of serious.
Yeah.
I just told them like, listen, like it's you're going to get your shit rocked and you're going to fucking hate yourself sometimes. You're going to hate a lot of people sometimes, but it is so worth it because the shit you have access to, the people you have access to, your status, like it goes so far and your reach goes so far. Like Brandon telling us about, what he might be doing this fall, like that's insane. Like that, like, do you have any idea how many thousands of people I know that would kill for what he's being offered?
Any position that us 4 are in, people would kill people for. We're all so
right?
grateful.
I'm assuming, yeah.
We're all so lucky.
I mean, easily murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
easily. Without a doubt.
I'd at least punch somebody in the face to be where I'm at right
At
now.
least punch us in the dick for
sure.
At least that's very least.
But I think the biggest thing you can have in this game that will get you very far is having humility and being humble, because it's so easy to just get full of yourself and act like big dick, like energy, whatever you want to call it. But like people don't like that shit, and when you're in the same fishing pond as others, like you're not. Why would I mess with you if you have like this ego? Like, you know what I mean? Like we're all in the same game. Like it serves you no good. So yeah.
Is it similar in the sense of like, is every kind of circle smaller than we think? Like for our example, if I burn a bridge with like another photographer or videographer, whatever, is it kind of the same in marketing? Like you're going to burn some bridges, like it's going to circle back around you, like don't work with John or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, trust me, I dealt with it yesterday. I get along with pretty much everybody. Like I tend to find that I don't have problems with many. The people who I do have problems with, like that, it's on site, not really, but
You've had to really go out of your way to like not jive with you. Is what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying like the people that I do have problems with are the people that are like me at other places. Like I have no problems with hosts, artists, managers, agents, promoters, None of that shit. It's all, if anybody has beef with me, it's other marketers.
It's like direct competition.
Yeah, because they look at my shit as like a threat.
Exactly.
I don't really look at them like a threat because they're fucking whack. But like, that's just how it goes. But I just dealt with it yesterday. Like it is what it is. But you just can't let it bother you. You have to be like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
I mean, it's the same thing with our field.
I was gonna say that. So like for us, for example, like that happens a lot. But on the other end, like a lot of the times we collaborate with each other and stuff, right? Like we lift each other up, we give each other gigs and stuff. Is that the same in marketing?
Yeah, and trust me, like there are a lot of people I work with that are unbelievable, and other marketers I've worked with that are unbelievable. It's like any job anywhere. Like you're just gonna have people you don't vibe with, and are, like they want to just have beef over nonsense. Like it's so stupid though. It's like why? Like we can work together and do dope shit. Like why do you have to be that way? You know? But whatever.
Yeah.
Can you Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, like, is there instances where you've seen, like, for example, in your line of work, have you seen other things where, like, damn, like that's fucking cool?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I just saw like some fucking, is it Kraftwerk or what's that company called?
Framework?
Framework.
Yeah.
They got that fucking power plant rave with Solomon in like
Sick.
2 months. Like that shit's insane. They're gonna be like, it's like the old Call of Duty map looks like turned into a.
Is it here in
fucking rave.
town?
In California.
Oh, nice.
That's fucking cool, man. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm not gonna go and be like, wow, this is so whack the whole time. Like some people will. I'm gonna go and have fun, and like if I meet them, I'll give them praise and be like, dude, this is amazing. Like good for you. You know. Mm-hmm. Let's do something together. You know.
Exactly.
There you go.
So yeah, I was gonna ask like, what would an example be of like two marketing guys or whatever like butting heads? Like what would it be over?
It's just funny the way you said, like, what would like two marketing guys walk into a bar? Like, it just it's so funny.
I think it's the same thing with. I think for me, it's the same thing with photo and videographers. It's like, say, we're shooting in house, and then you have a videographer, photographer who's shooting for the DJ. And then they're just kind of like, oh, why the fuck is this guy here? And you're like, oh, why the fuck is this guy here?
Yeah.
You know how you nip that in the ass? I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? I'm Mike. Nice to meet you, man. I'm here shooting with the venue. Who you here with? Cool. Let me know if I'm in your way. You just beat them to the punch, man.
Yeah. But sometimes you get the vibe that they're an asshole, eh?
Oh, sometimes they are an asshole.
Yeah.
I
just kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
You know what it is, and if I had to really pick what it boils down to, is that the person above you at your company might see something that another company is doing that you might know the person doing it, and might go, why are they doing that and not us? Or why did they come up with that and not us? And it reflects on you badly. So if you're like trying things and pushing boundaries, which you guys both know, like I'm all for that shit. People, it's really just tied to like an insecurity type thing. And listen, like I've had those moments too, but like if anything, it makes me want to just get better and work harder, you know, rather than just complain and be like a bitch about it, you know? So
yeah, my new favorite thing that I've been telling myself is a negative mind doesn't create a positive life. So anytime I get negative and get bummed on myself or like compare myself to somebody else, I'm like, all right, be positive.
Yeah. It's hard to find that sometimes though.
Dude, for sure. I'm a negative Nancy all the time. Yeah. He just sent me a funny ass meme earlier about it. He's over here trying not to burst out of laughter because he just sent me something.
I want you to have your moment.
Is it funny? Like, can we put it on the screen or is it like not?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. What did I say? I don't even remember what I sent you.
It was the photographer. How a photographer takes a shit.
Oh yeah.
Here, watch.
Oh yeah, because I was trying to pull up the text, but I sent it on.
What? They're just like looking at pictures or something on their phone.
Yeah. I guess you have to see it because otherwise. Oh Jesus!
Right, show Parker as well.
It went away.
Oh, it's Sean's message.
Yeah, go to his
Instagram
DM. Go to his DM and then it's what I sent him.
Oh, it's a video.
yeah, exactly.
Is this what happened to you?
No, it's just like a.
It's just for.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Was that on Main Stage Mentality? What was that on? Well, is it like a photography account?
No, I don't think it was anything related. It was just like the example, like you're just on the toilet and you're doom scrolling and you're just bummed out that everyone in whatever you're comparing yourself to makes you want to like kill yourself.
Yeah. Did he say photography or no?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
They said how a photographer uses the restroom.
He might have, but I'm saying it could apply to anything.
So that's what I'm asking, is it like a photography account that posts funny photography memes?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to give it a follow because it's funny. Like, fuck.
Splitting hairs here, man.
Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be like 5 seconds. Yeah,
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it. Yeah.
It went on way too long.
So how's living in this new apartment, Brandon?
Dude, it's awesome, man, for sure.
Have you broken it in yet?
Yeah, I did.
Very nice.
Six Egos.
Cloud applause.
Yes.
Yeah, our audience, that's you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Brandon's.
Thank
It came fully furnished, actually.
Yeah.
If you're watching it, you should watch the video because he's got
A
our
dining
grandma's
table.
furniture.
Bro, that's what everyone says.
It looks. Yeah, I mean, you have 2 leopards.
I
in the
know,
hallway
man.
on the way to the bathroom.
He's got a ceiling titty. That's pretty funny.
He's got a ceiling boob.
Damn, dude. Yeah, that's right. I probably should have got a non-furnished, eh? And like brought my
That's
own.
not
like,
bad. It'll get you
normal
by.
furniture.
I mean, you've already broken it
you'd have
in,
to
but
buy
you know,
shit.
it's only uphill from here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If she or he didn't mind.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a lot nicer than my first place. I know that.
Dude, my first place, yeah.
Well, that's not that promising. Like,
What?
What do you
Why?
mean?
We're giving you a compliment, you
Yeah.
dork.
What the?
well, I know, but like,
You got low expectations for these two?
I mean, like, everyone's first place should like kind of suck, right?
Dude, I live at...
But this doesn't suck.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We're not sitting on milk crates, so you're
Yeah.
good.
That's what we're saying. We're giving you a compliment. There's a compliment in there.
Thank you, man.
You got
Yeah.
like the lights on. You got like power.
Dude, you have a garage.
You got a.
Yeah, I do have a
You have a
garage.
garage?
I can't fit in it though, because I got camera gear in there.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So
Problem.
make it into a gym.
yeah, true.
Yeah, I would keep the gear up here, dude. I wouldn't keep it.
Yeah,
in the
but I don't
garage.
want to lug it up and down.
It's
That is
safer
annoying.
up here than in your little.
Well, it's just lighting stuff. It's not like...
Yeah, like C
I
stands.
might
and
break
stuff.
into a garage from some fucking.
How are you gonna break in? How do you break into a garage?
Open it.
Probably pretty easy.
It's just made of like tin.
It's made of sheet metal. It's pretty...
Yeah, people
But
break
there's,
into
like-
garages all the time.
But there are like people around and stuff that would like stop
That's what
that
you
person.
think.
I think.
That's what
Well,
you
no,
think.
we're in Summerlin. So yeah, you're probably good. You're probably not gonna get broken into over here.
I don't know. There's a bus stop pretty close. It's kind of sketch around here.
It's a nice bus stop. We're in Summerlin. You're good.
Yeah, true.
Dude, you live on a golf course.
There
Yeah.
was 2 cops.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, I know, but you said there was like
We're on
2
a golf
cops
course?
here.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
nice
that's-
We're
golf
in.
TTC
course.
Dude,
right
when I,
there.
like I said, when I looked up his house, it literally was just like Summerlin, and I was like, oh, we're near like a dental place, and then whatever. I was like, we're in fucking Summerlin.
He's by Costco. That's all you need to know.
Why, if you're by Costco, that's like a good thing?
Yeah.
Well, in Vegas, the nice Costco's... I mean, they're all nice, but this is like the most popular one, the Summerlin one.
Oh, sweet.
They're building a new one right next to my house.
Yep.
On
Hell
Buffalo
yeah.
215.
Cannot wait.
Hell
That,
yeah.
you live in that area too, John? Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
So are you guys like pretty close to each other?
I'm in
Yeah, I spent
Durango.
time at his house
Rainbow,
last
yeah.
night.
I'm by the Durango.
You were at his house last night?
Yeah, they carpooled here, dude.
Yeah, I live right there too.
Nice. Oh, I've been to your place a couple times.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So what about you guys? Like what made you get into what you do?
Like, he's been doing it since he was like 5, so
Yeah.
he's just born into it.
I know.
So I got a camera when I was 16, and then I taught myself how to shoot on YouTube. So I have a degree in YouTube University. I was going to go to University of Arizona and go play club lacrosse there,
partier.
and I destroyed my shoulder throwing a tennis ball out of a car window in high school.
Were you just being an idiot or
Yeah,
what?
and I dislocated it, and it got stuck above my head because the ball was stuck over here into my pec.
Ugh.
So I had to go get put to sleep for them to put it back in a
Why'd you
position.
throw a tennis ball out of a window?
I was drunk. We were just goofing around. I was trying to peg my friend. It was a moving car, and I was trying to peg my friend with a tennis ball.
Was it day night or night? Daylight or night? Like, I don't know. Like, was it
Wait, but
sketchy
you had to have
hours?
hit something. Would you hit a mailbox or something?
No, I was
Was it a
trying, my
night?
friend was hanging out the car window in front of us, and I hung out the passenger side, and we were driving down the road. So I threw it, and I tried to peg him in the back of the head with it, and we were going fast, and I threw it too hard, and I just dislocated my shoulder. So long story short, I didn't want to go to college. I only wanted to go to play lacrosse. That's all I wanted to do.
Sounds
was
like
just
a
play
very
lacrosse.
typical Arizona student.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. So then I got accepted
that's
to
funny.
University of Arizona, and then I got my first bill to just hold my dorm room. It was $600. I have a single mom. I've had a job since I was like 15, so I had to pay for everything by myself, and I was like, this is way too expensive. So I was like, all right, let me play lacrosse at UNLV. I knew the coach, and then I was going to go to UNLV, and I was like, why am I even going to school? I don't want to go to school. I just want to play lacrosse. This is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I do love photography, and I'm already pretty decent at it. So I went to CSN, and I took a couple like elective classes there for photography. And then while I was doing that, I was a lifeguard in the summer, and then I worked at that rigging place during the winter. And then I quit the rigging place because it was I just didn't care for it. So I quit that, and then I managed a pool in the summer. And at the end of the summer, I didn't have a job. I didn't know what I was going to do. And just by chance, I applied for a job on Craigslist, and I got hired at a wedding chapel here in town.
The wedding
Chapel
chapel's
of
from
the Flowers.
Craigslist?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
I wonder if they had other ads or if it was just Craigslist.
I'm sure they had other ads.
Yeah.
That's how I got a lot of my gigs.
Bro, I love your questions, dude.
That's how I got a lot of my stuff too.
Is that a crazy question?
Craigslist, yeah.
Out of that whole
Like, was it
thing,
on Indeed or was it just Craigslist? Like, what?
out of his 6-minute monologue, that's the only thing you asked is this.
And then like, was it a nighttime or daytime?
These are solid questions.
He talks for 6 minutes.
I'm trying to paint the story for the viewers.
So I did that, and then I did that from 20 until like 21, and then I started shooting nightlife when I was 21, and then I just started freelancing ever since I was 21.
What year was that?
I just turned 30 in December, so this would be May like 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was a few months after my birthday. I shot my first show I ever shot was Chris Brown
Oh, wow. That's
at
big.
Dre's
Oh, wow.
okay.
for a Floyd Mayweather. It was the night that Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao
Holy
fought.
shit.
Damn.
And Floyd won, of course. And it was the after party at Dre's. And Tony's like, if you shoot this and do good, I'll hire you.
Oh, so
Did
you did it
do
for
good and he
free?
hired you?
Or did you have to pay him
I
to
think
go
he paid-
shoot?
I think yeah, probably. But long story short, I did good, and that's how I started freelancing.
That's
Damn.
awesome, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm going to make mine way shorter. I was originally going to go to art school, and I realized the Art Institute was like $80,000. And then I eventually picked up a camera and stuck with that.
What art school was that?
Art Institute.
In Orange County?
Yeah, in California.
There's a lot, right? They're all over.
Ocean?
There was like one. There were like the closest one was like I think it was in like Riverside, and they were like you'd probably have to go to LA to get work after you
Okay.
graduate. But the 4-year was like $80K, and I was like, no,
And what was that? Was it for photography or just
no,
art?
it's for art school,
Like drawing and stuff?
just drawing. And
Oh,
even
okay.
I didn't have a real plan. I just like to draw.
Did you ever think about like a tattoo, like artist career or no?
No, because even then, like in high school when I had the interview, it was literally like I showed the lady my sketchbook, and she was like, "All right, like."
Would you like
what-
laughed?
she didn't laugh, but she was like, okay, so like what kind of art? Like what do you like to draw? And I was like, I don't know. I just have like here's a sketchbook and it was
Yeah.
just like a hodgepodge. I still have it, but it was just like a hodgepodge of stuff. And she was like, all right, cool. Yeah.
Were you like pretty confident when you like showed her it and then
No,
she's just like,
absolutely
oh, okay.
not. It was basically just glorified doodling.
Yeah.
But
it
at
probably looked
first,
pretty
at
cool.
first I was like, oh, I want to like do something in arts.
Yeah.
And then like I said, the seeing the price tag of that, and I was just like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna pay that back. I just was like, yeah, that's not for me. And then literally 2 weeks after I graduated high school, my neighbor called me. He was like, hey, do you want to come work for me? And I was like, yeah, what do you do? So he was like, oh, I'm an electrician. Like, I need a hand. You just graduated high school. And I was like, all right, I got nothing else going for me. And then I did that for 15 plus years.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good money though, right?
It was really good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool that you took that risk to, jump into freelance, making, good money and stuff just to
Yeah.
jump into that. That's sick.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Nice.
What about you?
Like, how'd I get my start?
Scooter videos.
Yeah.
Well, he asked the question, so we're all kind of answering.
Yeah, I started, we were filming scooter videos and skateboarding.
Was it day or
Was it day or night? It was day because they didn't have lights at the skate park. And then snowboard videos and stuff when I was like 12, 13, and we would put them on YouTube. And I always loved filming, and all my other buddies fucking sucked at filming, so I was the one stuck filming.
that wasn't gonna be my question. Like,
Yeah.
how did you get? Was you?
I mean, I
into it or
sucked
just-
too, still suck, but
Same.
but
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
just the one designated for it. It's just like
yeah. But I always liked being the one with the camera because I knew
okay.
the angles and stuff or whatever, right? And they didn't know how to like get the right angles.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that, and then going into high school, I took a video class, loved it, and then decided I was gonna pursue it in college, and got my associate's degree in film in Orange County, and then transferred to a after-graduate certificate program in Toronto for a year, and then took a year off because I was just like, fuck filming,
And it was
I'm just-
COVID too, right?
yeah, and I'm just like, I don't even want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to do real estate or whatever. And then I don't know, like, what's so funny, dude?
You didn't, none of that story had anything to do with real estate, and then you're like, I just want to do real estate. Like,
I know, okay, but
I'm just trying to follow the
yeah,
story.
yeah, I know,
and you're
I'm
not,
painting a picture for the
Yeah,
audience,
yeah.
yeah. So then I'm like, I don't really want to do video or whatnot, and moved to Vegas, and I was really into tattoos at the time, and my favorite tattoo shop was hiring a videographer position, so it kind of went hand in hand. So then I jumped back into video. I knew I was going to jump back into video. I just took a year off or whatever.
Right.
And then started working for the tattoo studio, doing photos and video for them for 6-8 months, and then started to freelance slowly after that. And now I'm here doing a podcast with you guys. I was going to say clowns, but
Dorks.
you guys, yeah.
I like dorks.
Yeah. And now you're shooting fucking Marshmallow every weekend, dude.
Yeah, dude. You mean Chris?
Oh, you know him as Chris.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I know
yeah,
him
exactly.
as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
guy
Marshmallow is like, that's like
That's a stage
6
name.
months ago, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So I heard you got some big opportunities on the rise.
Yeah. Sure.
We don't
Can you talk
have
about
to get into the
Yeah.
details.
I don't think you should talk.
We don't,
No,
well,
no,
we
I
don't have to get
didn't
into the
say I was
details of who it is or anything, but
John says,
Keep it hush until
Yeah,
it's
this is my agent right here.
He's your manager. so-
Yeah, for sure, dude. I
do you have some opportunities that you've been going after that might come to fruition in the future, hopefully?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Same
Just
with
say
you
yes or
guys.
no. And then
Yeah, we don't
Yes
have
or
to get
no,
into
yeah.
it, but yeah.
Hush,
Yeah.
hush.
Yeah, I know we all hope you make the right decision.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna make. I'm definitely gonna make the wrong
like a morally
decision.
right decision.
I'll tell you how I met Brandon Dulaka.
This guy, by the way,
Dude,
this guy.
I would love
Yeah,
to hear
This
it.
is the reason why I'm here right now. Is this guy? He gave me my start. So
Oh, look at that.
yeah.
Yeah, when I got hired at Click and was initially there to do talent, which I did, the person who did the marketing left like 3 months in, and so I had to like take it over. And the video team we were using, who I know very well, who are very good, usually I guess they had too many clients or something like that, so their videos just were not quality and they were taking forever and stuff. And I remember just being like, fuck, man, like I need to find somebody new that's within our budget because we had no budget. And we had like this fucking influencer party or some shit. Looptify, yeah. And all these like influencers who I've never heard of.
Same.
Not very good at influencing, huh?
Yeah, clearly it didn't influence too well if you never.
Yeah, not a fan of influencers. Not that they're bad people. I don't think it works in marketing that well outside. It's like radio ads. Even though I use radio ads, it's a supplemental thing, not a main thing. But people seem to think it's a main thing, which is why their stuff doesn't work. But yeah, I saw this like NoHo Hank looking motherfucker running around daylight. I was like,
What's that mean?
Dude, you're the second person to say
What
that.
is NoHo Hank?
If you don't know, dude,
yeah.
we'll touch back on it later.
He's just
We'll put a picture
like
up, yeah.
this like goofy fucking bald kid running around with like this fucking sick ass camera, and he's just like asking me like, hey man, like can I go over here, can I go over there? And I was like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'm with Looptify. Yeah, there he is.
Oh shit! I think that guy has alopecia too.
He does. He's,
Hell
he's
yeah,
an actor in
that's rock
Alopecia.
on.
It's a great character.
His name's NoHo Hank Barry.
What show?
That's
Barry.
from Barry. You should watch
Barry?
it. Yeah.
On
Barry.
HBO.
Oh, the one that takes place in Chicago.
No,
It's in LA.
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
Excellent.
Legend.
Show.
I
Excellent.
said that
show.
so confidently too.
Yeah, excellent. Very
But
underrated.
yeah, that's you. Anyway,
Wow, that's cool.
But yeah, so I already was looking for a new person, and I was like, all right, well, just send me your shit whenever you're done editing or whatever you're gonna do. And he sent it, and I remember being at the event and the event being just lame as fuck, but the video looked so fucking sick. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I remember I was like, you live here? I thought he lived in LA with all these influencer people. He said, no, I live here. I just moved here or whatever he was saying. And I was like, all right. So I booked him like the next weekend. And
Yeah.
then he started shooting like not every weekend because we didn't always have talent. But yeah, he shot for us for 2 seasons.
This is a daylight, right?
About
Yeah.
a year and a half or so.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, for 2 seasons.
Awesome.
And then, then I remember when he asked me about when, because he asked me and Toby Acuna if he should take it. And I was like, yeah, you should. I was like, I would be cautious of a retainer, but I would, you would be stupid not to.
Yeah.
And he did. And yeah, he's crushed it since.
Yeah, and I felt so
Well,
bad leaving Daylight.
I was gonna say, and you could tell that John's a good friend because he had your best interests. Because
Yeah,
even
for
though
sure.
he was gonna ultimately lose
Lose me
you,
or whatever.
right,
yeah.
business side.
lose your availability,
He's like, go
he
for
wanted
it.
the best
yeah.
for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but
awesome.
there's other people that I really like that weren't getting as much from us as they were. Like Mason from Black Box is a good example, who I love dearly.
Just ran into me the other night.
Yeah.
Where?
I live.
Was he shooting?
He was just hanging out with this girl, I think.
Oh, okay.
He like snuck up on me, gave me a hug.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you guys knew each other.
I don't know him very well. He's like I would describe him as a colleague, like just
Yeah,
another
for sure. Oh,
another
that's
guy
awesome.
who always had nice interactions with.
Yeah.
He makes great work.
That's great.
Just haven't worked with him yet.
Yeah.
That was literally the first thing he says, like, dude, we got to get on a project together.
Yeah, for
but it's
sure.
always like, oh, hey, what's up, man? How you been? He's hit me up for a few things, but it's just like a dope colleague that I have in town that I don't know him super personally, but he seems like a great guy.
It's good to have those for sure. Yeah, me and him are, I think, a little tighter than that. But it's good to have those that, like, you know, no negative vibes.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's why I try not to talk shit in front of other people about other people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be negative in front of
We just talk shit. We just don't record it.
I'm terrible, man. If I don't like you, I make it known. Like I have the worst poker face. Yeah.
I wear my heart on my sleeve as well.
Yeah. People say stuff. They're like, "Do you know so and so?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I fucking hate them." Like, I can't help it.
I'm a little more.
I can't help it.
A little more reserved.
Like in front of them too.
Yeah, I can't help it.
He's right here.
But at least you know where you stand.
I was gonna say I do respect that a lot about you. You've always been yourself. It seems like. And then I remember I like reached out to you about Area 15. Like, yeah, I'll work you in, and then you worked me in. It wasn't like you talked to some other people and like, oh yeah, I'll see what I can do, and you never hear from them again. You know, you're a man of your word.
Yeah, I mean, you know, don't talk about it, be about it. Like, you know, I've used to when I first got into all this shit in Vegas nightlife, this is the two things I always heard. People that are as honest as you are don't go anywhere, and people that are as goofy as you are aren't taken seriously. And those are like the two things that have gotten me so fucking far, because it's just when not everybody, but when most people are just full of shit. Like, if you're just an honest person, you are so much more valued in a room or in a conversation or whatever. I got made fun of for years about that type of shit, but the people who made fun of me are exactly where I left them. Like, they haven't gone anywhere. Mm-hmm. So
what percent do you guys think personality matters versus like work in both of our kind of fields?
Well, are you speaking about quality of work or work ethic? Jeez.
I would say like quality of work and personality. Like what percent to what percent?
See, I think personality, it's not even necessarily personality, it's relationships. It's people you know. Because there's some people who don't have great work, but they're good at business. And being good at business, you have to be good with having good relationships with good people.
Yeah.
So you could be really good at that, and then your work could be subpar, but you can still get a lot of work. I'm sure we could all think of people we know who are like that. But then you can also think of people who are better than us, but they have no work because they're not very good at the relationship building and the business side of it as well. It goes both ways.
I think it's more important probably like the business side, right? I would say.
It's situational. It's not one size fits all. You certain situations could benefit the person who has better talent on paper.
Yeah.
While other situations could benefit the person who has better networking or connections.
I think I'm talking more about like personality, like if they're like a dick or if they're like super like fun to be around.
It could go both ways. You could have the best work possible, but you're an absolute fucking asshole to work with. But you're like, their work is good or their rates are good or whatever. I'm still gonna hire that person.
Or if you're like not very good and like just starting, but you have like a super good vibe, your crazy work ethic, like I don't know, I feel like that's kind of like how I started with Jon. Is like,
but again, same thing. So say Jon has a concept or a campaign that he has to achieve, and he hires somebody who's work-wise is not the best. They're really great and they're really good, all this stuff.
You're saying that's out the window.
It could go far, because at the end of the day, he still has a boss to work under, right?
Get the job done.
This campaign just didn't hit the mark.
Yeah.
Brandon was the nicest, funniest guy ever, right? But like, this other person's kind of a fucking asshole to work with.
But that
work is exactly what I need for this.
So you're saying it's situational.
It's absolutely situational.
I can tell you, if you're an asshole, I won't work with you. Like, I just there's plenty of people that are good at what they do. I don't need to work with a douchebag.
That's true, because there are so many people that are good, and there's so many people that are good and assholes.
But I think with you, Brandon, it wasn't that you were being. It wasn't your personality that got you the job necessarily. I think it was you being yourself, and you were just being, which is part of your personality.
Yeah.
But I think it's deeper than just your personality. It's somebody who's just being themselves.
Yeah.
And you're a genuine nice guy.
Right.
And then you also work hard.
Yeah, your work ethic is crazy.
It was a perfect concoction. It was a mixture of preparation and luck, which equals success.
Luck is big for sure.
Yeah, because what anybody on the other side of what any of us see is they're going to see work, whatever that is put forth. So they're going to see that first.
Right.
So your work ethic shows first and foremost, and then if you are working directly, you're on set or you're on a campaign, your personality will show, and then communications will show with you. And you're like, oh, this guy's really good. He's really cool to work with. He's really easy to get along with. He's very, what's the term? Fluid, right? We have changes. We have this and that. We've been kind of a pain, yada, yada.
Yeah.
You're very
Flexible.
easy to kind of
Be
flex.
like water, my friend, as Bruce Lee would say.
So,
I would say why Brandon got my attention was because I could see his potential. Like I saw something where I was like, oh, he's talented. You could see it. I think I think a good marketer, you have to be able to spot what's quality and what's shit, and you have to be able to spot people that are quality and people that are shit. And if you're a dick but your work is superb, it better be really fucking good, because if you're throwing attitude the whole night and then you fucking have a shit video or your photos are trash, like you're not getting booked. And there's people that you all know that I will not work with anymore because they had that, where they had this big hotshot mentality and then their shit sucked, and I was like, buddy, why would I ever book you again? You're a nightmare to deal with, and you're not very good.
It's like a double.
Right. You might be good
Double
with so and so artist, or you might be good at so and so venue, but like you sucked where I was, and you act like I was blessed to have you in the building. Like, you know? But like,
Can you imagine having
trust
that
me,
ego?
like, yeah, people.
I mean, they're clearly he's talking about. So
I
there's
know.
people that have that sort of outlook.
Yeah,
I know, but we're very un-ego driven, so like, just can you
Yeah,
imagine
Kirschbaum. I think Kirschbaum got his bids with us because a couple people fucked up, and I was like, dude, why am I even dealing with this shit? Well, let me just book somebody I know who's good, who's a nice guy. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man.
So how'd you guys meet?
Met at Hakkasan right around 2018.
Yeah.
That's when we started, me and Joe and Droz and that
Nice.
the Wolf
Wolf,
Productions team.
yeah.
Very cool.
We started there in 2018, January 1st, 2018. And he was hired, you said March or May?
Yeah, I remember I really started working with Kirschbaum when I was at Jewel nightclub. And funny thing about Kirschbaum, he was like the first person I ever met in nightlife that seemed miserable doing the job. And I remember thinking like,
That's the consensus.
I remember being like Thumper, like so excited, like tapping my foot, like I was so happy to be there. And then I have fucking Eeyore over here, like, and I was like, I didn't get it, and I was like, this guy's got a terrible attitude. But now, like later, I'm like, oh, like now I'm fucking Eeyore. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that situation. Like, I still love nightlife and I still shoot it. But that situation I was in, I've definitely worked on that a lot, like the positivity thing. Yeah, I see. Like I said, like I was worse before. I used to wear my heart on my sleeve even more. Now I do have to fake it a little bit. Like I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, what does heart on your sleeve mean? Like
I show my
like you know exactly their emotions or what they're thinking.
yeah, I'm the same
Oh,
way.
okay.
I'm the same
Right,
way.
like if he's mad or he's mad, like they'll tell you,
Yeah.
I'm upset.
instead
or
of like
whatever.
hiding it or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like you
But
said, no poker
in my
face.
opinion, it's a good way to go about it because you get over shit quick, like I found. But
Yeah.
I think what has changed my mentality of all of this shit, like where I felt probably like you did at one point, and got egotistical and acted like who I was because of a lot of people I was working around were like that, and it rubbed off on me. What really changed me was going through COVID and not having any of that shit and not being able to do any of these things, and realizing how shitty life is without it in your life,
Right.
when you're out of the game, so to speak. Like that really humbled me. So even though like I'm tired, I don't want to be at the event, whatever, I'm still so excited because I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit, I'm paid to be somewhere where people are paying $80 a ticket,
Yeah.
$150 a ticket to go.
Right.
You know? If you really want to figure out how much you like this job, go ahead and not do it for 6 months and then go work at fucking Lowe's or something, and then tell me if you still hate it, because I can assure you a big hole will be in your heart during that entire time.
Yeah, perspective is everything.
Yeah.
I just also think that in your case that you've been doing it, that particular realm of nightlife and that schedule for so long that you can easily be like, this, I'm just fucking over it.
Well, the specific situation that John was talking about,
Oh.
we both had the same annoyances, I think.
Oh, okay. Only because everyone who says like they see you, you just still are like stone cold.
Well,
like,
I also have resting bitch face.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If I'm not talking or if I'm not like, I try to chew gum at work to keep my mouth moving. So I
Oh,
don't look
wow.
as
Yeah, because I'm blessed to. I've never met him on a shoot.
No, that's a good tactic. Like to make it not look like you're,
No,
Mad.
but when the last few you've done for us, you seem like you're having a great time.
okay, great.
The only time I've seen you like pretty like scary was at Hwood.
Oh, I was just focused.
Yeah. But
And it
that's
was-
the only time, like, you usually seem pretty happy and stuff.
Yeah.
I think at the time though, the time I'm referencing, you had some life things going on too. So I think
Okay.
that was what was really
That'll do it,
happening.
yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom died right around then.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it was.
That's, I mean, fuck.
Fucking that. Yeah.
But yeah, as of late, ever since we started working together again, like you seem like
Few
how
months
you are
ago,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah. So
Oh,
you're
thanks,
doing
man.
chill, yeah.
I appreciate it.
Cool. So you guys like kind of picked up like after a couple years?
Yeah, I mean, I had an executive shoot, like was all the top brass from Area 15 and like and people like because we're growing so fucking fast. And somebody from another department asked me if I knew somebody for it. And initially I sent Toby her way because I was like, oh, Toby just shot Richard fucking Branson like 2 days before that. And he was unavailable. And so then I was like, who else? I wonder who else. And I don't know. This is before I even had Mike on my first shoot for me. And I was like, let me see if Kirschbaum's available because I know he's done stuff like that. And I recommended Mike, and Mike actually knew my coworker from some other stuff. And yeah, he did a great job. The photos looked amazing, and the
thanks, man.
executives were like so happy with him. Like, yeah, you crushed it.
So that's a cool thing. I worked with his coworker Jen at Green Street at the Palms before Chaos opened up, and I did.
Green Street Kitchen.
Yeah, I did a job with her, and then ironically he referred me, and she's like, "Oh, I know Mike," and then we reconnected. So that's a good example why you don't burn bridges because what if I burned a bridge with her?
And she was like,
years ago?
that name rings a bell. Fuck no.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is actually a funnier story about Jen. My coworker A-Rod, who was the head of a barbershop.
A-Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still moving, yeah.
He asked me, this was got to be 8 months ago, was like, hey, came to my desk when we were still at Click and was like, hey man, you want to go see Smashing Pumpkins tonight? And I was like, what? I was like, bro, I'm white as fuck. Let's go, And we went and it was sick. I was standing in front of this lady and her kid, and I'm not the tallest person, but I'm decently tall. And I remember being like, "Hey, are you okay? Am I blocking you and stuff?" Because her kid was probably 12, whatever. And she's like, "No, you're okay." And I was like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And it was fucking Jen. And Jen met Jen met me and A-Rod at the exact same time, and now we all work together.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's funny how the world, how small the world.
Oh, that's so
is.
funny. I don't think I've seen A-Rod at Area 15. Last time I saw him was at Transfix.
Yeah, he's newer to the team.
Sick. He's a great guy.
Yeah, because wasn't he just at Resorts World not too long ago?
He was with Zook, and then he went over. He worked with us at Click.
Oh, okay.
And then he left, went on a hiatus, and then he just showed up one day at my office, and I was like, "What the fuck? You work here now?" So, yeah. So,
Damn.
Yeah, that's why you always got to be cool to everybody. Don't be
Yeah.
a dick.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why people are mean and.
You had some marketing questions, right?
Yeah. I mean, we kind of touched them. I wanted to ask, what are some of the things that, outside of the scope of the work, what are some of the things that you look for when you're hiring talent like photo and video?
I have to really emphasize this. Maybe other people are different, but you have to be fucking easy to work with, and you have to be if you're asked to do something, it's not a fucking debate. You have to do it. And it's not that I'm some bossy person or I'm trying to tell you how to do your job. It's not nothing like that. If I say, please, can you go get this photo of whoever, these girls at the cabana, because we need photos of girls for Instagram, something like that. And then you just kind of hang out and still talk shit, and smoke a cigarette and take a drink or whatever you do. Dude, you're gonna see me explode on you in 2 seconds. So you have to be able to be told what to do, which again, you guys are pros, you know what you're doing, but there's stuff we need that you maybe don't realize that we need for certain reasons. One thing, my biggest pet peeve with a photographer or videographer is somebody who fucking debates on everything. They know better than you. They know, oh, why do you need a picture of the Casamigos team? Nobody even likes their tequila, which is something somebody said to me once. I was like, buddy, they're doing an activation. Get your fucking ass over there. I was like, or give me your camera. I remember I grabbed the dude's
That's
camera.
insane.
Yeah, I was
Did
like-
you went and go take the picture?
Yeah, I did. I was fucking pissed.
Make sure this thing's on. I got this.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. Obviously, you have to have quality of work, but I'm a believer in people learning and growing. Like what you guys were talking about earlier, where somebody can be cool but maybe not developed. I can work with that because I will teach you what to do. I don't know how to do all the editing and all that shit, but I'll teach you how to shoot an event, which I've done, and people have grown into roles or have gone on to bigger roles in other companies because of that.
Bless you for doing that, man.
Yeah.
Giving people
That's
opportunities.
cool.
That's awesome.
Those are the first two. I think your rate, you can't be like ridiculous with how much you're wanting. You have to be more fair. You have to understand we have budgets. Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say no. You have to understand the market and your clients.
Yeah, like we might have like this gigantic nightclub that's worth like fucking $20 million or whatever, but I might only have like a marketing budget of like $1,000 for the night. So, like you have to understand like people who just charge outrageous rates, you have to be really fucking good. Like Miguel Droz has a really high premium, but Miguel Droz is like a fucking unbelievable videographer, one of the best in the city. So you're paying for a premium, but you're receiving a premium, right? So those are like the three. I mean, this is shit you already know, but this is like three main things that as a marketer we look for.
I think
No, but this is good because maybe not everyone would ever hear that side of that answer to be like, oh shit, that's what you look for. Because like, for example, just on rates, like, right, somebody would be like, if I tell you my rate, they'd probably get ghosted. Most likely you wouldn't necessarily be like, oh, well, we only have X amount for this. Could you meet in the middle, right? It's just most likely like, I don't even have time. I gotta find somebody now. So
yeah, and also, and this is the other side of that viewpoint, right? Which is you guys are presuming that the marketer is telling you the true budget, whereas some marketers might say, oh, I only have 500 and they have 1,000 to play with, right? Whereas me, I'm just like, I'm like CarMax, like, bro, this is what I have. Like, either you can do it or I just can go book somebody else. Like, it is what it is. But you guys know, or at least you guys know me well enough to know, like, I'm not going to fuck you around. I'm just going to tell you what the deal is.
Well, and we know you well enough to where we be like, hey, is this outside of the budget? Let me know what the budget is. And we have a relationship where it's like a trustworthy relationship where it's not like, I'm not going to fuck you, you're not going to fuck me. Let's just do this so we can get the best quality.
That's why it's golden to build those relationships, you know?
Yeah, and one thing I learned at Daylight, dealing with artists, is that when you have like, you want people to feel like they're taken care of, right? So if we have like, I'll say like an example, like an OGZ or somebody I worked with, and they ran through their comp a lot bit, which is a lot. We would give, we give artists a lot more alcohol than we give them at Area 15. But let's say they had 4 bottle comps, right? But he wants like another 2, right? It's like, okay, do we just save the $40 to $60, not giving him these 2 bottles, but we risk him getting pissed? And then it turns into this big fucking thing? Or do we just swallow our pride and just give it to him and the guy has a great time and he leaves happy, right? I learned that if you just, what is it? Like the sweet, the honey is better than the vinegar or something like that when attracting bees or whatever.
you catch more flies with honey than you do. Fuck, dude.
I forgot what it is, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So like when Kirschbaum is coming to do 2 hours for, let's just say $400, and I say, Mike, can you also shoot some B-roll? I'm not asking him to do it for free. Like I'll throw Mike more money on top of it, right? Because that keeps him happy. Like I have my budget, it's fine. But ultimately, like that's how you build like a solid fucking relationship with any marketing between a marketer and a photo videographer. So yeah,
That's awesome.
in my opinion, that doesn't mean everybody fucking does it. That's how I do it. So.
Not at all. But I think it just seems like most part is like communication seems to be the biggest key on both ends to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be like, Mike, I'll give you an extra 100 if you put me on your fucking podcast. Like, you're gonna go hang out at Brandon's mom's house. Oh wait, no, this isn't Brandon's mom's house.
Yeah, I got him on the podcast and he offered me all this work next month and I'm unavailable. I'm such a dick.
Wait, that actually happened?
No.
True story.
Oh.
No, he did offer me a bunch of work next month.
Yeah.
He's the one who said no to all the fucking gigs.
I know. I had to say no. I'm out of town.
Yeah, dude, you're
It's like,
fucking
sorry,
booked
bro.
out for the
Fucking
next
Mr.
3
Worldwide.
years.
I'm going to Cella, bruh. Like,
Fucking Cella. This guy.
I'm getting paid to photograph it. A little different.
Are you working for Coachella or for like
No, I'm doing the Tau Group Summer Nights party.
Little
So it's like an
sponsorship.
after party thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta
one night
fucking,
with, like,
I gotta
Cascade and
find,
shit.
I gotta figure out who the hell's gonna shoot our events because we got all these fish heads coming in.
Fish
us?
heads?
We're right here.
Sean's great. Sean's the shit.
I don't know about fish heads though.
But yeah,
Hey, I'm shooting photo for Tau Beach on Sunday.
Nice.
Oh, look at you,
I know.
photo.
I gotta go get my camera because I gave it to my sister. So.
I was gonna say that.
I don't have a photo camera right now.
But what's one of your favorite? I know we're putting you on the spot, but what's one of your favorite events that you've like hosted, that you've like been a part of?
At Area 15 though, right? Just in general.
No, it could be Area 15 because that's new, that's like current in your life, and I do want to kind of bring it up to speed of like where you're at currently, and like we've moved on.
So far, my favorite event we did was our New Year's Eve party because, and they fucking hate that I say this, but it is true. Like the day I started, we lost our New Year's Eve party because we had like this big festival thing coming in, and then they canceled, I guess, or something. And again, they're probably gonna sit me down and be like, "You're not supposed to say that." But that's what happened. So we had to come up with like a new theme, and we booked Boris Breja. And I remember the dude wears like a fucking mask. Like he's super nice. I don't mean to say it like that, but like he wears like a mask.
Yeah.
It's a
marshmallow.
masquerade.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but it's like a masquerade mask.
But it's like very like New Year's Eve, like
Yeah, and I've always there's a couple parties I've always wanted to do since college. One was Masquerade, which was like I've had that idea for like 10 years, and so I was like, well, let's do this. And like this is what's cool about Area 15 is that like I pitched it, and like within 2 days they approved it, and like we just ran with it. I barely even knew anybody's name, like
that's awesome.
Nice. So they had like full trust in you.
Yeah, they just they like we hired this guy for a reason. Let's see what he's got. We sold the fuck out. Like we made a shitload of money. Like the artist was happy. Like yeah, but like that was my favorite thing because I was like immediately like I made an impact. So that was sick. And it's cool to work somewhere where they believe in you. Like I've worked so many places where they just act like you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It was cool. So yeah.
The reason why Area 15 is going to be so successful is because you guys are so like experimental, and like not many people do that, or not many venues do that. And,
I love
you
all the
guys
different genres.
Yeah,
that you guys
like
offer
that's why you
in
guys
that
are going to
venue.
be the biggest.
I've
for
shot
sure.
Mexican OT, and then the next week I'm shooting a cyber vampire goth raid.
Yeah, it's like
so cool.
Yeah.
It's like there's something for everybody.
the variety is
It's
like,
awesome,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's through the roof for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like that's just the beginning. Like there's stuff that we have that I can't really say yet, but
Of course.
it's
Yeah.
it's you'll see. We're spreading like out. Like when I got there, I was like, listen, EDM's cool. I came up in this scene. I love this shit. But if we pigeonhole, like we're fucked. Like we got to spread out. We got to try new shit. And they've definitely we have done that. So and we're doing it even more.
Yeah, you guys just had Emotional Oranges. It's like an R&B group. Super different, super cool.
We have
Like
fucking Ronald McDonald, Black
Yeah.
Sabbath cover band. That's
I didn't.
sold
Oh
out.
shit, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
you shot that, right?
So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was
cool,
like,
just,
I remember
so
that.
different.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Goth raves and hip hop
And like no one else is doing
everything.
that, so
No,
it's
not
like,
even
it's
close.
Perfect.
Everyone, yeah.
Perfect timing.
But we have other shit coming. Like we just announced John Wick. We have the John Wick experience. We just opened up Army of the Dead. We have that open now. So we have fucking Universal coming in.
Is that different than because we did the Army of the Dead when it was the VR in the like the food truck?
Yeah, that's back. Yeah.
Oh,
they
shit, okay.
upgraded it. So
Ooh, we gotta check it out again.
you got. There's so much. I can't talk about it, but dude, there's so much shit coming. Like to Area 15 and other places. Like you guys are gonna be glad that we work together there.
When did Area 15 start?
They opened in September of 2020, so peak
Wow.
COVID. They didn't have their first event until 8 months later. So.
I did not know it was that recently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really like they had the footprint, the physical building for a while, but it did sit
For like a year or
COVID.
something.
something
So
like
it's
that.
really only like a couple years old.
It's fresh in the game as far as like the landscape of when you're comparing like a Hakkasan or something. Yeah, it's new.
Yeah, this week was our first week of doing industry invites. We've never done that
Oh,
before.
wow. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that we started working on. I work with a lot of people that just don't really understand the landscape because they aren't from here, but they are open to it. And it's not like they think they know everything and it's like they shun anything I say. Like they are very open to things, and I can't state how much I appreciate that. But yeah, we're trust me, we're definitely working on our shit and we're growing. So I'm excited to see where it
I was
goes.
gonna say, is there any upcoming gigs that you can mention that you're looking forward to?
Let's think. Well, we have Charlotte DeWitt on Saturday, which is our first massive. So that's We're All Mad Here, which is an Alice in Wonderland themed rave.
Oh, nice.
That's 3 separate stages, like full, like it looks like fucking EDC when you go. We have stilt walkers and
It's awesome.
the whole
Sick.
venue is decorated and that's sick. We announced Dombreski today. He's doing our second massive, which is called Secret Garden. So that's like, as you would imagine, a secret garden theme. That's all throughout the building as well. Yeah, I don't know. We have stuff I can announce like in 2 days. I can't
Okay,
talk
it's
about
okay.
right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Don Bresky's pretty big,
Yeah.
especially for an event.
Well, wait. So stuff is gonna come out in 2 days?
Some stuff.
Because
yeah.
like whenever fucking editor over here
no,
gets to,
we don't have to.
I will.
Couple days, yeah.
I don't want to say anything and then us not put it on time and then.
Oh yeah.
No, I
Like
was
we
saying,
put it out tonight. and
no,
then it's
I
like,
was
oh,
saying
shit.
that he would be fine to say anything because by the time this airs, it'd be like 2 weeks.
No, I know, but I also don't want to put them on the spot or anything.
Yeah.
I will say that.
controversy.
I will say that we have some fucking heavy partners that aren't announced yet that I brokered these relationships with, that we are doing shows with and deals with that are definitely going to make us
Fuck yeah.
look a lot
Oh,
better.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Damn, you guys already look so good. So anything else is just whipped cream on the top
Whipped cream
for
on the
now,
top.
for the end of
yeah,
2024.
you do whipped cream on the top, not cherry.
Do you guys?
Oh yeah, that too, right?
Do you guys have any?
laughing at?
Do you two have any upcoming gigs that you're looking forward to as well? Gigs or events or
Go ahead,
vacations
Sean,
with the
yeah.
family or anything? I know you and your wife
Where you
just got
going?
back from Cabo.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did Cabo for her spring break too.
Oh, that's right. You just got back last week, huh? How was that?
I've been back for 2 weeks, but yeah.
well,
Yeah, that was
time
cool.
flies.
That was nice. Yeah,
When
We
you're
went
having
to
fun.
Cabo for the week for her spring break, just chilled. Upcoming, I don't think so. Just event stuff. This month's been 1 hour in April, but yeah, I've been chilling.
1 hour April.
Hmm?
What did you say?
I was saying this month's been chill, but now I realize that we're in a new month, so I can't say this month has been.
No, I thought you said 1 hour April. Oh,
No.
what
I
the
said
fuck
no.
did I just hear then?
I probably mumbled.
How
No,
many
I was probably-
17 Coronas in over here?
I'm so sober right now.
What about you, Brandon? Anything you're looking
I
forward
think
to?
that Tao Beach photo is, I'm pretty excited. If you guys have any tips, since I don't really do photos.
Yeah, one main key that you
Yeah.
gotta remember is just don't suck.
Well, I mean, that's gonna
That's what I
happen.
tell myself every day.
Yeah. Do you guys got any tips for a photo
You
at a beach club?
He's the guy to ask.
Just basic coverage.
Shoot tight.
Yeah, because it's probably not gonna be too busy on a Sunday.
Well, not that. Just everyone shoots so wide. Like anybody can get like a cool fisheye shot. Like
Yeah.
tight is where you get like tell a story a little more.
Tight photos. We appreciate tight photos because rooms can look so empty on fisheye.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I rarely use them unless it's packed.
Right? Yeah, it has to be overly to
Like
make
It
Sold
shows
out.
the
Yeah,
holes
yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe a couple like wides if it's super packed, like you said.
So
but,
who's playing on Sunday, real quick?
I don't know. I should
So-
know.
so-
that.
Oh,
it
I think
out.
I saw it. Who was it? Oh my gosh, not Tyga.
No, that's the 20th.
Oh, okay.
I saw that.
You're at Tao on Sunday?
Yeah.
Anyway, shoot tight. Show the energy.
tight.
Shoot tight's nice.
Get lots of girls. That will always work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to shoot a lot of I love to shoot tight too because if I don't have to talk to anybody, like I can just snipe people having a good time, get real candid, intimate.
I love
moments
candid
with
stuff.
people.
Yeah.
And
A
it's
little
good.
70 to 200 on them.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, just have fun, man.
Sick. Yeah, for sure.
Leave
I'm
your
excited.
ego, leave
I
your ego
definitely-
at home. Just go and have
I
fun.
don't have an ego.
Well, especially for photo, you don't.
Yeah,
So
dude,
that's what
for
I'm saying.
sure.
You're already in a good place.
Fucking anti-ego.
for-
Whatever the opposite of ego is, I have that.
Don't over.
Insecurity.
Well, here's the thing. Just remember
I'm gonna go in
this.
so insecure, dude.
Remember this. Don't overthink it, but overshoot it.
I'm definitely gonna overthink it, and I definitely will overshoot it.
That's
All right.
awesome.
At least you got
So-
one of the two.
Yeah. And then on Friday, you gave me that Dan Bilzerian shoot. That should be
Next
pretty
Friday.
fun. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That'll be cool.
Yeah, dude.
So I think we're going around town in a Sprinter with Duplessis,
Rikus Duplessis.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
UFC guy.
Yeah, he just got signed with Ignite, so they're doing a ball
So
signing.
yeah, I'm supposed to be with them for the day and do a video and then edit, kind of like a
You
day in
guys
the
just
life
hear
thing.
how absurd this conversation is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out with Dan Blitzer and
Yeah,
shoot.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town, so I'm having Brandon cover that for me.
Yeah. So there's no photo. It's just video.
No, just video. So
What are you gonna do? Video though?
I would have.
Yeah, bro. Why not? Right? I mean, you did that
maybe
Caleb
would've
Plant
hired an
documentary.
editor or something.
Give it a go.
I can do
Yeah.
video. I get so much work with photo, and I'm so efficient with photography
Yeah.
and with my editing process. And when I'm slammed in peak season, I don't necessarily have the time it takes that it would take me to edit the recap. The recap will take me like a day or two.
Yeah.
Because I'm not as proficient in it.
Well, and outsource it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I do. I take your B-roll and I just hire an editor.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. I saw one of the recaps. I was like, oh, that looks actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't do that
exactly,
bad of a
right?
job.
Not bad. I hope that's what I say on Sunday at Tau Beach. Oh, my photos
Not
aren't that
too shabby,
bad.
eh?
Yeah.
And then we also like to ask our guests if there's any advice you would give your younger self.
Yeah, I mean, it's what I told the kids at UNLV is like, you can't be like, I hate to say this, but like, you just can't be like a bitch about things. Like you have to learn how to like let shit go and move on. Like people are going to this is a highly competitive game that we're in, and everybody, and you guys have heard it, everybody wants to do it and wants to be in it, but if you really do want to be in it, you have to really work hard. And I know that's like, oh yeah, everybody says that, but it's like physically and mentally and creatively, like you have to bust your ass, because you don't work in nightlife, you work in hospitality, and you have to remember that rule first. So be hospitable to others, give more than you take. I always say put your hand out to give, not to take. But understand that you are going to be fucked with. People are going to shit on you. People are going to be annoyed with you, whatever. You have to like let that like bounce off of you. You can't let it bother you, and you can't get in your feelings about it, because you just won't make it. And, you have to believe in yourself most of all, because like when I first started in all this shit, like I was like always a fucking fat kid. Like I'm not that I'm in shape now, but like I always had like low self-esteem and shit and self-conscious issues. But what used to bother me when I started, it's like now I just like laugh it off, because I've been through so much crap doing this job, that you just realize like it's just bullshit. It's just banter, you know, like they're not real. They don't really think you're an idiot. Maybe they do, but it's like, would you care if a homeless person called you a bum? You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, oh, okay, cool. Like you would just keep walking, right? There's nothing wrong with homeless people. I'm just saying, just don't put so much stock into what somebody says to you or maybe what they do to you. Just put stock into what you think you can do and what you think you can achieve. If I went back in time, let's say it was 2018, I'd be like, dude, just don't be a bitch. Like, just take it and learn and just put your head down and do your work, because the cream always rises to the top. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love that, dude. That's a perfect way to end
Don't
it.
be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be a bitch, dude.
Sweet.
Is there anything else you guys want to close
I think
with?
that was good.
Feeling pretty good?
That was a solid one.
Cool. Well, thank you
guys.
so much, John. Where can the people find you?
Like physically or like
Physically,
or like right now I'm at
physically,
Brandon's house.
social media, work stuff.
Yeah,
good.
where do you
I like
yeah,
that.
If you are still listening and you liked what I had to say, or I guess the guys had to say, my Instagram is at 106ANDPARK_R. So at 106 in Parker. So yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. And wait, quickly, what does that mean?
That's a reference to an old TV show from BET.
Yeah, 106 in Park.
106 in Park.
No
He's
clue.
Parker, so
I know,
Damn.
but like, yeah.
You really didn't know the reference?
No.
That's why I just
Oh,
asked it.
I probably asked when I was hammered, but I forgot.
No, I thought he was just asking, literally, just like for him to explain it. But I really didn't know that you didn't know it was an old TV show on BT.
Yeah.
Just to play out with his name.
What's
and
it about?
It's like TRL, but on BET. It's like
What's TRL?
It was hip hop. Oh,
God.
Jesus.
All right.
We're in here. Whole new fucking podcast. Jesus.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.